Okay, you gotta follow me. I sat here for like 15 minutes trying to get it. So, Chonlatarn, Piriyapinyo. Chonlatarn, Piriyapinyo. So I'm gonna spell it out. It's Chonlatarn. Last name Piriyapinyo. Oh, it's probably wrong, but most likely so. It's Piriyapinyo. Yeah, that's right. So long story short, he's 52-1 with 33 knockouts. His only loss is to Chris John. Chris John lost to Sipiwe Vieca, and then Vieca went on to fight Nonito Donaire, cut Donaire eye. Looked like the fight was going to be stopped later on because of the cut, but Nonito Donaire did the smart thing in his corner. Is like, look, I can't continue. I can't see. So before, it was going to go to the cards, if the cut got too bad, he got the hell out of there. So moving on, Vasyl Lomachenko, he's 2-1 with 1 KO. The WBO Featherweight Champion at 126 pounds is going to be taking on Chonlatarn Piriyapinyo on an undercard of Manny Pacquiao versus Chris Algieri. I'm going to catch my breath. I'm T-Street Controversy. This is T-Street Controversy Live, and I cover boxing. So how it works is I do my videos live and uncut whenever. So I was just watching some Piriyapinyo fights, and I'm thinking Vasyl Lomachenko is going to beat the shit out of him. And I'm not. See, this is what I'm saying. He's a pressure fighter. He's from Thailand, the Wong Song Chi gym. And all those fighters that come from Thailand. I learned just a while ago that their name or their alias has to be the gym that they from. So, for example, some guy, Koki gym fought Orlando Salido, and then Look Nong Young Toy of the Koki gym fought Guillermo Rigondeaux. But I just thought I'd give a little pointless trivia, basically. So, this guy, he's 52-1, only lost to Chris John, 33 knockouts. He's a pressure fighter. So you got a pressure fighter going up against one of the best, if not the best, amateur of all time. But let's stop talking about Piriyapinyo, and we're going to talk about Mr. Gary Russell Jr. or the legend of Gary Russell Jr. And you have to ask yourself, where's he at with his one defeat? What is he doing with his life? Is he still saying thank you, Al Haymon? And what is next? Because all that fast Lomachenko was gone. So I'm thinking the last fighter, and this is no lie, the last fighter he fought, and just like all the fighters that fans were calling, oh, Gary Russell was just fighting tomato cans. The last fighter he fought before Lomachenko was named Tomato, and he rhymes with tomato. So maybe that's some type of tomato flavored mayonnaise. You see what I'm saying? So it just was bad timing. People say you fight a tomato can. Do you fight some fat 100? You're 126 pounds and you fat. What is this? Listen. And he was real fat too. And I'm thinking, like, what is Gary Russell doing with his career? Like, first he'll disappear for a little while. We know he had hand issues, but then the way he got took to school, and it wasn't even the Cuban school either, but the way he got took to school for against Lomachenko made me think, like, damn, I don't know who he can beat. He needed to take some time off. But the thing is, he's been fighting nobodies. You might as well say that. Like I said, he's fighting small fat people. And I just think, like, he just go around beating up on these. And you gotta say, once again, thank you so much. Thank you, Al Haymon. So let's go back to Piriyapinyo. You gotta look at the schedule that Lomachenko has had. I forgot the first fight. It was Ramirez, if I'm correct. I believe it was on the undercard of Bradley Marquez, if I'm correct. Now, got his first knockout. Second fight, I'm like, whoa. He's getting a title shot. He's fighting Orlando Salido. Whoa. And Orlando Salido is one of those guys that he's rugged. And he'll do anything to win, you can say. So I was thinking, wait a minute, this guy's getting a title shot. Orlando Salido is probably going to beat the shit out of him. But what we saw Lomachenko had to learn so much on the pro level. And what I'm saying, is that, how can I put it? How can I put it? He was schooled himself, but at that early stage in his career, he didn't get knocked out. And if it was 15 rounds, and I'm just using that as an example, he could have won the fight. But what I'm saying is that he had to fight a man who was so much bigger, who said, fuck that belt, I can't make the weight. He was bigger than him, he fought 30, and then it just was it was a rugged, tough, in your face fight. But for him to get that, the second fight of his career, I think that helped him so much. So I said in my predictions for Lomachenko versus Gary Russell that Gary Russell, basically, one Orlando Salido is like 10 Gary Russell opponents. So that's the way I put it. And that Lomachenko probably seen maybe about 50 to 100 Gary Russells before. So, but Gary Russell had that thank you Al Haymon and that, and that black pride behind him. It was like, no, he can't lose, And I'm thinking like, whoa, this Lomachenko guy is no joke. He's not just getting a title shot out of nowhere. But in my videos, I was upset. So it's going to be some people that say, yeah, but you didn't want him to get the title shot. Because I thought to myself, like, how is this guy just coming out of nowhere? But then I had to do some more research and found out that this guy's probably, if not the best amateur of all time. And it's not the first time it happened. And then with Gary Russell and the fight he had with Orlando Salido, those are two tough fights back to back. And what did he do? He provided entertainment. And not only did he entertain, but he learned and he won. For the most part. So you saw when he fought Orlando Salido, like that look on his face, but still he won the event. Like, wow, he made it out of there like that. And then now Gary Russell. So when you look at a guy like Chonlatarn, Piriyapinyo, or Pinyo, you think like, okay, he's got 52 wins, 33 knockouts. All of his fights, if I'm correct, have been in Thailand. He's had like 4 fights back to back. His last 4, if I'm correct, they were 6-round fights. So you say, okay, all right, now since he fought Gary Russell and he fought Orlando Salido, now they're going to take him back down that level, but not too far. As far as Piriyapinyo is like how can I put it? He's ranked. Simple as that. So now they're taking him along that route because you got those big fights out there. You got Guillermo if he moves up to 126, already at 126. You got Johnny Gonzalez, Abner Maris. You got Jorge Arce. Hell, even though Victor Archinian at him, I think everybody, Victor Archinian should be like the Marcus Cooley, like the lower divisions. Throw Victor Archinian at him. Nicholas Walters, Donaire, I probably said him already. So there's some good fights down there, but now we got to think, okay, Bob Arum, what's tough fights? And we know that, but now we can see, how can I put it? Those fights can develop later on. So Bob Arum is saying, okay, all right, well, you had those tough fights. Let's take a little break off. So if you want to put a Donaire versus a Vasyl Lomachenko together, you want that to be a big fight if you're Bob Arum. So honestly, who would he fight next? I don't know. Rematch with Gary Russell? Same result. I'm T Street Controversies, T Street Controversy Live. It's very early in the morning. You got to deal with me, but that's the whole beauty of it. All my videos and some very exclusive boxing interviews are right below at Real Combat Media. I'm going to take a nap. T Street Controversy, T Street Controversy Live.